Dato' boleh ulas tentang general election.
I don't think the next general election will be very soon. Ataupun saya tidak fikir pilihan raya umum akan datang, 13 election akan berlaku dalam masa yang terdekat. Even though there are a lot of people speculate that the election is very near. Some say in November, some say early next year. But to me, I think it's going to take some time. Even it will not be surprised to me the election will be held in 2013. According to the time frame, election should be held on the March of 2013. That will make up 5 years after the 12th election. And after 5 years, they have another 6 months for SPR to conduct the next general election. So why I say it's going to be late, I think the present government under Dato' Najib leadership, definitely he must be very careful. He must be very calculative when to call for the next general election. And looking at the present scenario, I don't think it will be held soon, as I said just now, because to have the general election, the ruling party have to take into consideration many issues. One, economic issues that ada kena-mengena dengan kepentingan rakyat. Things like inflation, masalah inflasi, kenaikan harga barang, ini paling besar. And then like issue, as you all know, isu Anwar Ibrahim, dan juga isu yang berkaitan dengan perkara-perkara yang dipercayai boleh mempengaruhi rakyat, pengundi-pengundi untuk buat keputusan. So in short, I don't think it's going to be very soon. The biggest challenge to the Prime Minister is an economic issue. Because to me, if the voters, the rakyat feel comfortable as far as their living is concerned, then definitely whatever issue is not important. But if the economic issue is not being handled properly, it's easily for the opposition to exploit and to take advantage. For example, now it seems that the people are very supportive to Anwar Ibrahim. Ada sokongan lah, kalau tak banyak pun ada sokongan kepada Anwar, sokongan kepada pembangkang. Saya nampak ianya alasan saja. It's merely what you call an excuse. Tapi kalaulah keadaan ekonomi negara baik, kerajaan dapat mengawal kenaikan harga barang, pendapatan rakyat bertambah, and then kaki tangan kerajaan juga dapat bonus, things like that. Saya percaya datanglah apa-apa isu pun tak ada menjadi masalah. Kerana akhirnya bottom line rakyat akan menyokong pemerintah ataupun parti pembangkang bergantung banyak kepada isu ekonomi. For example, macam the Chinese community, pengundi-pengundi kaum Tionghoa. Majoriti mereka ini adalah orang-orang yang berniaga. Kalau dia lihat peluang perniagaan tu tidak seperti dulu, keadaannya ekonomi punya problems tu, dia nak berniaga pun susah, tak ada peluang, things like that. Tentu dia lepas tu kemudian pula di kalangan orang biasa pula tengok harga barang naik. Jadi bila ada pembangkang dan pembangkang exploit, siapa saja yang tampil ke depan menentang pemerintah, so mudah rakyat memberi sokongan. Tapi kalau ekonomi ni bagus, saya kata tadi, orang berniaga pun senang hati, kaki tangan kerajaan pun puas hati, dapat bonus, things like that, saya percaya akan pemerintah akan menang. Kalau tidak, mereka akan menghadapi masalah seperti pilihan raya 2008. I give you an example. Do you remember the 1990 election? The 1990 election, at that time, Tengku Razali Hamzah formed Semangat 46, which I'm also involved. I'm supporting Semangat 46 at that time. Led by Tengku Razali. And at that time, quite a number of ministers, deputy minister, joined Tengku Razali's camp. But when come election, 46 cannot make it. The only state that they can rest power is Kelantan. Even that go to pass. But tak menang di lain-lain negeri. Walaupun Tengku Razali kita lihat seorang tokoh yang berwibawa. I mean a credible leaders who have a lot of supporters, things like that. Tapi tak berjaya. Kerana apa? Kerana pada waktu itu di bawah pimpinan Dr. Mahathir 1990, keadaan ekonomi baik. Saya ingat elective budget, peruntukan untuk luar bandar, untuk peniaga-peniaga kecil, harga barang pun dapat dikontrol. Jadi, walaupun perhimpunan 46, I remember at that time, campaign untuk 46, thousands of people attended. And Tengku Razali is a credible leader. Dia tak ada kes mahkamah. Macam Anwar Ibrahim. Mana is clean. And dia punya jasa pun banyak. Tapi, rakyat berpuas hati dengan kerajaan. So, Tengku Razali cannot make it. So bila datang pilihan raya 2008, Dr. Mahathir berhenti. Step down. And Abdullah Badawi took over as a prime minister. So people put a lot of hope for him. So that's why in the election 2004, you see, Abdullah won very big majority. You remember or not? Even he take back Terengganu, which he lost. BN lost in 1999. The only state that the BN lost is Terengganu. But 2004, almost Kelantan, BN almost win. PAS only won by 2 seats, I remember. Even that because I contested as an independent candidate in Pasimas, because I was dropped as a division chief without any reason. So I contest under independent. So I got almost 8,000 votes. But there was a vote split. Then 2 seats goes to PAS. If not, BN have already won in Kelantan. During the time Abdullah Badawi take over from Mahathir. Then from 2004 to 2008, after 2004, 1 or 2 years after that, you see a lot of changes when Abdullah became a prime minister, and he was seen to be a very weak prime minister. Even Mahathir also criticized him on and on in his blog, in his speeches. So that's why 2008 the opposition win 4 or 5 states, and then lost the 2/3 majority. So then there come a new idea by saying that, well, this is a new era. The people vote because they want a change in the government policy, things like that. But to me, it's actually because of weakness of the prime minister at that time. Kelemahan Perdana Menteri pada waktu itu, Tun Abdullah Badawi. So kan harga barang naik. I remember big issue at that time is harga barang naik. And then Anwar and other opposition capitalized on this issue. So they won. 4 negeri dengan mengalahkan BN 2/3 majority di parlimen. So to me it's the same scenario. In the next election, saya berpendapat kalau harga barang kerajaan dapat kontrol, saya ulang balik, rakyat di bawah merasakan kehidupan mereka tidak tertekan. Then kaki tangan kerajaan feel happy, dapat bonus, things like that. Then masyarakat peniaga, terutama di kalangan orang-orang Tionghoa lah khususnya, orang Cina yang berniaga, kalau dia dapat berniaga dengan baik, dapat peluang, dapat perniagaan, dapat projek, macam biasa. So, saya punya pendapat, there is no problem for BN to win. Because sejak merdeka sampailah 2004 and 2008, Barisan Nasional dulu perikatan, dia punya policy has been accepted by the majority of Malaysian citizens. Kecuali 2008. Jadi, kalau nak adakan pilihan raya pada masa depan, pada saya, kalaulah perkara yang saya sebut tadi is well under control, then sure, I don't think BN will lose, even they can take back the seat that they lost. Provided, as what I said just now. So, by saying that, asas tadi saya kata tadi, tentulah untuk pilihan raya akan datang, Perdana Menteri Datuk Seri Najib sekarang ni akan fikir, akan mengkaji sebab-sebab kekalahan tahun 2008. Jadi, melihat pada suasana yang ada sekarang, dengan pemikiran new generation, new media sekarang ni, yang macam-macam kita baca, ada yang facts, ada yang tak ada facts, ada yang retorik, yang mempengaruhi macam-macam perkara lah. Jadi tentu saya percaya Datuk Najib sebagai Perdana Menteri akan mengkaji secara halusi bila masa yang sesuai untuk diadakan pilihan raya.